So I was thinking, and there's 3 things that I wish I knew earlier. And these 3 things are things that allowed me to attract a lot of money and build a successful business with a relatively easy time. They allowed me to attract my soulmate, and they can help you with money, they can help you with love, they can help you with just creating the things that you really want in your life. We aren't told this in society, and I wish everybody knew it earlier, quite frankly. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Make sure you hit the like button right over there on this side, and right over there on this side. The like button is what sends us out into the YouTube universe so more people see it. So hit the like button and check out my free success hypnosis in the description in the comments. Right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. Number 1, dwelling in what is prevents what could be. So when we grow up, we're really taught we're these little bodies, right? And so it becomes this weird thing where we don't realize the power of our own self-talk. And a question to ask yourself is, how do you talk to yourself? Do you talk to yourself in a way that is supportive of your dreams? What most of us do is we constantly use our self-talk to do the opposite of that. Instead of talking about what could be, we dwell in what is. And what happens is we're never able to think greater than our present life circumstances. The problem with that is, and people will say, well, I'm just being realistic. Yeah, but how are you being realistic by constantly reaffirming the fact that you're broke? How are you being realistic by constantly looking at your bank account and saying, oh gosh, I wish I had more money? How are you being realistic by saying, there's no good guys left, there's no right woman, it's fine, I'll just be alone, it's not a big deal, true love doesn't really exist? How are you being realistic by doing that? How are you being realistic by saying, maybe I'm just not smart enough? How are you being realistic by looking at your life circumstances and affirming what is already right in front of your face? It's like, why do you need to narrate it if it's already happening? Why do you need to keep telling yourself that you're broke if the light photons in your bank account are already vibrating at the frequency of not enough money? Why do you need to keep saying it? It's like you can already see, you already have eyes, you can see what's in there. But we do that with everything. We keep talking about what is. But as you keep talking about what is, what happens is you reaffirm it into your subconscious mind. 95% of our life is controlled by our subconscious. Psychologists tell us this. Like, really think about how amazing that is and how problematic that is if you constantly affirm what is and your self-talk dwells on the present limitations of your life. The problem with this is the subconscious is changeable through repetition. So whatever the most repetitive behaviors you consciously have, they go into your subconscious mind, and then your subconscious, that controls 95% of your life, creates that for you. So you look at your bank account and you say, I'm broke, well, I hope I have more money, I wish I had more money. You look at your love life and you say, there's no good guys, there's no right woman, true love doesn't exist. All you're doing is writing the software for your supercomputer to create your future reality. So think of your self-talk like coding on a computer. If you want the computer to work the way that you want, you have to code the computer properly. And if you want this computer to give you the reality you want, you have to code it properly. So dwelling on what is prevents what could be. But if you can start to talk about what could be, as if it already exists now, and you can do it enough regularly, and it starts to make you excited, what happens is your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real. It starts to think it's real, and then slowly but surely, your subconscious changes. And your subconscious goes from being a magnet for crap, a magnet for poverty, a magnet for lack of love, a magnet for frustration, a magnet that recreates the same old, and it turns itself into a magnet for money, a magnet for love, a magnet for good opportunities. What is prevents you from what could be. But if you could take what could be and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and change your self-talk, what could be will become reality. Number 2, how you view yourself is everything. I dropped out of college and I thought that what determines your success in life was who you are. And I thought that who I was a collection of my report cards, the degrees that I had, how tall I was, my past. So my problem was I didn't really know who I was. I thought that I was a stationary little object in space and time that was limited by societal standards of intelligence. Unfortunately for me, I didn't think I was that smart. I never did good in college. I never did good in high school. I had what I thought was ADD and ADHD, so I didn't think I was smart. I wasn't good at tests. I couldn't remember things. So I thought I had this complex that I wasn't good enough. Well, when I dropped out of college and I found personal development and I started to re-examine my own self-image, I realized I had a self-image that was a self-fulfilling prophecy. How you view yourself is a self-fulfilling prophecy that determines your future. So I quickly said, well, who do I want to be? I don't want to be what society says I am. I don't want to be this record player in my mind that says I'm not good enough, smart enough, I'm bad with this, I'm bad with this. That's just a personality, and a personality is easily changeable. So I pulled out a pen and pad and I wrote out who I wanted to be. I wrote about how I'm inspiring millions of people around the world, that I'm a successful author, seminar leader, speaker, making millions of dollars, inspiring millions of people. I have an enriching romantic relationship. I am great at learning things. I have a photographic memory. I wrote about all these things that I didn't have that I wanted. And I started writing about it. And I started reading it every day. And I started meditating on it. And I started re-visualizing myself as I wanted to be, instead of how I thought that I was. And what started happening is my life started changing. I started getting more confident. I started having better opportunities. Things started shifting. And my life changed. And looking back now, I am the person today that I used to sit and park my car, listen to self-development programs, and imagine that I wanted to be. I wanted to be a millionaire in my 20s. I wanted to have an amazing romantic relationship with someone that was truly supportive and inspiring. I wanted to inspire millions of people. I wanted to have my books published and in bookstores. I wanted these things. But it started with how I viewed myself. And so the question is, who do you think you are? And then the next question is, who are you really? Not the you that your parents think you are, not the you that you think you should be, not the you from your past, not the you from the thought patterns in your mind, not the you that everybody tells you are, not the you from last year. Who are you really? And what you'll find out is your infinite consciousness, and you are the imagination of yourself. You are the imagination of yourself. And so the question is, who would you like to be? If you're the imagination of yourself, that means you have the free will to reimagine and recreate yourself the way that you would like to be. You have the ability to manifest yourself, to project yourself as you would like to be, being that you are a divine being, infinite consciousness, and the imagination of yourself. So then the question is, who do you want to be? And the best way to determine that is to pull out a pen and pad, write who you would like to be, and start visualizing it every day. Start imagining it every day. Start meditating on it every day. And if you want to supercharge that, check out my free success hypnosis right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. What you could do is write as you would like to be, read it, and then visualize it while softly playing a success hypnosis to start to instill these new ideas in your subconscious mind. So you can check out my free success hypnosis right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below in the description. That's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. The last thing that I wish I knew way earlier was that if you don't love yourself, you're always going to attract people that match that. You get what you tolerate, and it begins with your own perception of yourself and relationship with yourself. I was never able to attract good relationships, romantically or with friendships. I never really had, I'm not even friends with anyone that I grew up with anymore, except for one person. And it's because it turns out none of those people were very good friends. I didn't realize that till I finally woke up. And the result of those people was the direct reflection off of my own relationship with myself. I didn't like myself. I didn't like who I was. I wasn't happy. I didn't know who I was. And so the types of people that I gravitated with romantically and in friendships matched that. They too didn't like themselves. They too didn't know who they were. They too, how could they be a good friend to me if they weren't even a good friend to themselves, if they weren't even happy? And my romantic relationships followed the same trajectory. They were always ended up not well, and they were always full of lust and envy and jealousy and frustration. And after having one of my relationships when I was 19 or 20 end very poorly, it caused me to have some self-reflection where I realized I was afraid to be alone. I didn't love myself. I needed this person to make me feel good about myself. And if they weren't there, which they left, then I felt the ultimate rejection because I couldn't sit with myself. And I changed my whole life. I started getting very healthy. I started getting in very good shape. I started exercising every day. I started eating very well. But it wasn't just what I did. It was how I thought. It was the decisions that I made about my life. It was the people I stopped associating with. It was the friends that I stopped hanging out with. It was the books I started reading. It was how I started spending my Friday nights. It was how I talked to myself. Everything changed. And I fell in love with myself. I started to care about myself. I started to enjoy being alone. I started to have a deep appreciation for who I was. And then guess what happened? I met my wife. It was me meeting her was a direct reflection off of what? The shift I made. When you change your relationship with yourself, your relationships with others change. And the ones that don't match that frequency fall away and you attract new people. I wish I knew this earlier because it would have saved me a lot of relationships. And I wish everybody knew this earlier. The answer to why you do not have the romantic relationship that you want and the answer of why you do not have the friendships that you want rests within your own heart, within your own mind, within your own soul. Ask yourself, do I love myself? And how can I love myself more? Okay, thanks for watching this video. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Make sure you hit the like button right over there. Comment down below, I love myself. Leave a comment down below and say it, I love myself. So comment down below, I love myself. And if you haven't yet, be sure to check out my free success hypnosis. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's my free success hypnosis to reprogram your subconscious mind, rewire your subconscious, and start to change your life forever by turning your actual subconscious mind into a magnet to help you attract what you want a lot easier and faster. So erase all those limiting beliefs, all those things from childhood. Just erase it and turn your mind into a magnet for what you want by using my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's in the description and the comments right there down below.